This video shows the Keynote Watcher feature, which is a pro version only feature of Keynote Manager. It's actually a separate program that's an add-in for Revit 2012 only. Because of API limitations, it's not available for anything before 2012. What it is a monitoring system that monitors the Keynote files for any open projects and notifies the user of changes. Right now I've got a project open that's using the example Keynote file as its source for Keynote data. I've also got Keynote Manager 11 Pro open over here that shows that's editing that same file, this example Keynotes file. More than likely this monitor would be more useful for someone who is working on a team when they're working on the Revit file and someone else is working on the Keynote file. Obviously for the video purposes I'm doing them at the same time, but when this monitor is on, it looks at the Keynote files for this and any other open projects. If I have other open projects, it will look for their Keynote file as well. So basically anytime I make any edits over here, I'm going to make a quick edit to this Keynote file. Maybe change that. Well, I don't want to change the number while we're going, but spec, something like that. Okay, whatever change that you make. As soon as you do that, it pops up a little balloon notification down here. It says following Keynote files have changed, and it lists them. Again, if I have multiple projects open, it would give me a list of all the ones that have been changed since I dismissed these notifications. It would give me, if I've got 3 or 4 projects open, it would give me a list of all 3 of those if they've all changed, or any ones that have changed. This obviously is just a little balloon notification. It can be ignored if you don't feel like you need to reload it and get the latest data right now. You're welcome to ignore it, or you can look at it or whatever. If now we do want to go ahead and reload this, we go ahead and through the main interface reload our Keynote file like normal, and all you got to do is right click and say dismiss all notifications, and that little icon goes away until the next time the file is changed. It'll give you the same balloon pop up and come back. I can turn this monitor off if I feel like, or turn it back on with just, this is a radio button up here. The second option you have is open with Keynote Manager. That takes this currently active project, and opens the file in Keynote Manager. If I've got Keynote Manager closed, I can hit that button. It will open Keynote Manager for me with it preset to that file. Give it a second to build the Keynote table here and open it. This is actually a fairly big example file, so there it is, and it opens it straight with that. Obviously we've got a okay, so I've got none here. If I've got the Keynote Manager open, Keynote Manager 10.2 or later open, and I hit this, it will open it in the currently active version. Again, you gotta wait a second for it to build the Keynote table, but there it is. And it opens it directly in Keynote Manager without having to open Keynote Manager yourself and go through and set up all the, go through to find the file path and all that kind of stuff. That is the Keynote Watcher feature.